ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready for some real talk! Do you like our new show entrance? What do you say? Let's get this party started! What's up with Michael Buffer's new stuff?
I don't know.
Trying different things out. That's what I'm doing. I'm just buffering it. On a side note, and a very quick side note, Bruce Buffer is Michael Buffer's brother, and he's the one that does the UFC stuff. Anyway, he's quite a little happy, like, loving guy with the fans and stuff. Like, I saw him taking pictures with all sorts of people. Whoever wanted a picture with Bruce Buffer was getting it. He's got the snazzy jacket, and he just seemed genuinely happy, you know? What's up, Michael Buffer?
All right, you want to introduce the show for real?
Hey, guys. It's your best boxing friends. I'm Kelsey. This is Rachel. And we're real talking today about who? Gary Russell Jr. Gary Russell. He's so fast.
He is. Maybe that's why it just feels like we haven't seen him in years.
No, I looked at his box today. I went over. I was writing about him for Sweet Science Hits and Misses. And yeah, since 2014, which is when he fought Lomachenko and lost, I think it was by decision, and he was active that year. He's fought once a year since then. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and now 20. Now, this is the beginning of 2020, and he has been calling out Leo Santa Cruz and Gervonta Davis. He wins those big fights. He hasn't been getting them. But, you know, I don't know, like, you kind of have to stay busy, right?
You have to stay relevant.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Like, exactly. So, like, if you're out of the thing, then it's hard for you to remain a relevant name in the business.
I would say that if you have one of the 4 world title belts that matter according to everybody, and he does, then he is relevant. I mean,
well, he is only if somebody wants it.
That's true.
If nobody wants it, then it's irrelevant.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough for Gary Russell Jr. But I do, you know what I like? You know what I love about Gary Russell Jr.?
What do you love about Gary Russell Jr.?
Man, this guy's like, you know what? My family is the most important thing to me. I think he has like 6 kids or something like that.
I don't know.
He's got his family life is the most important thing to him. So to him, boxing, which is something he's done since he was a kid, is his job. It's what he does for money. And it seems like he's like, I'm going to do this just enough so I can take care of my family. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so if you watched Gary Russell fight Saturday night, you might have seen the little story about him, which is that he got there around 3:30 in the afternoon, much like media does, who's covering an entire card,
him
right?
And Dan Raphael were there.
Yeah. And that's because 2 of his brothers were fighting on the undercard, and he was in both of their corners. So he was there from 3:30 until he was the main event, right? And that's a long time. I have been at cards for that amount of time, and it's a long time to be like at an event.
Yeah.
And
he participated in said event. That's hard. That's harder than what we do.
But like what you see is like, yeah, he was really in his brother's corners. He was genuinely like excited and happy to be there for them. So it was like something special to see. And we've talked about this before because, you know, Gary Russell kind of takes some heat for fighting infrequently.
Yeah.
But, and I get, like, yeah, for fans, we're like, well, we really like the way you fight, Gary. We want to see you more. We want more of you, right?
Yeah.
So he really shouldn't take it as heat as much as, like, people like you. You know, they want to see you fight more. But that doesn't mean just because other people want something for you doesn't mean it's what is best for you or what you, like, are going to do with your life. And it seems a story we could make up about Gary Russell Jr. is that maybe he's choosing...
I'm pretty sure he said he's choosing his
family. Yeah. But I was going to say, choosing like a way of life that's different than other people.
Love it.
So some people out there are all about like the hustle. I got to like, you know, sleep when I'm dead, blah, blah, all this kind of stuff. But like, if you're looking for a higher quality of life, sometimes it means giving up some of that hustle.
To me, he's rightly ordered his life to the better goods, and that's awesome. And he's a great fighter, and he's main eventing on Showtime and other cards. And he's making the money. PBC does get their fighters paid. They do keep them as active as they maybe not as they want to be, but they do keep them in fights. Gary Russell hasn't really won to fight more than once a year, and he's had a good career, you know? Like, he did try to beat Vasyl Lomachenko. That was a good fight. A lot of people thought maybe he had a good chance in that fight. The problem is that timing beats speed in boxing, and heck, we saw Lomachenko's timing beat that speed. But he did say Gary Russell does want that. He wants that rematch, right? For his
Mm-hmm.
fans, he said he wants that rematch. And I don't know. I don't think he can beat the level of fighter of Vasyl Lomachenko because
We talked about that.
He stayed active in that. When you stay active fighting and against high level of opposition, you tend to get better. Whereas Russell, he disappears for a year. Still fighting at a very high level. I just don't think he's as good as he could have been.
Right. And he might stay in shape. He's like, he's always in the gym and stuff like that. But there's a difference when you are more active, like in professional prize fights. You know what I mean? Like when you're doing that, you're pushing yourself and you're getting better and better. There's just a difference between, you can be in the gym, but if there's no opponent on the horizon, then what are you working on? You know what I mean? Like what's pushing you, what's motivating you, what's in the back of your head of like what you're doing. And I think that's just, you might be choosing a better quality of life for yourself, which is great, but there's a cost to everything, right? Like there's tons of stuff that I like love to do and is really great, but there's a cost to every decision that I make in my life. There's always going to be something lost.
Yeah. Two most compelling things to me that can happen in boxing right now. The first is Gary Russell versus Leo Santa Cruz. I think that's a great fight. I think that's a makeable fight because they're both PBC fighters. And I don't really know who wins that fight, right? I could go either way. I don't even know what the odds would be. I would imagine that they'd be close to a pick'em. Second, maybe equally compelling thing to me in boxing that could happen. You liking, commenting, and subscribing to Real Talk with Kelsey and Rachel. I gotcha.
You got me.
Yeah. I thought I might.
I was like, what's the second
What
thing?
is it? What is it? It is compelling. Thanks for watching our show. We appreciate it. You can be our best boxing friends forever, ever. I haven't echoed in a long time.
We've talked about how you can add an echo in iMovie.
But I can do it now. I do things. Some people do things in post. I do things in pre. I don't think that's what they call it. We don't know the lingo. Hi, we don't know the lingo. Maybe the lingo ate your baby.